Dungeons and Dragons. Like, it just disrespects CGI as an art. Bruh, you can't make buildings, bruh.
If they can't make water, how the hell do you think they're gonna make a dragon way?
But if you didn't think you were able to make a dragon,
and is one of the namesakes of the movie,
then don't do the movie. Welcome to List. This is a show where we watch a movie and review it for your viewing pleasure. There's a little interesting part that I cut out that because this was never on nobody's watch list. I'm your host, Enterprises. With me, I sometimes
feel it.
The title we are tackling today is the 2000s disaster. I don't know. Dungeons and Dragons. To be fair, you did warn me this movie was a hunk of pile of doggy doo-doo, and I was like, let's watch it. I should have listened to you. Profion, a tyrant, attempts to overthrow a peaceful kingdom ruled by a tough empress. Boy, this movie sucks, man. Damn, it's bad.
You can count in one hand the amount of times I've seen a movie and I've told you, hey, this is
Whew. Off the bat. Not that you were going to. Stay away from this movie. You don't have to watch it. So, this movie might have the puniest dragons I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, you are by no means wrong. I get that they were trying to take advantage of CGI, but I mean, you could have done way better with practical effects.
This is so bad. It made me think that CGI wasn't ready to make movies like that, but that's not true. This came out in early 2000. We already had cool stuff done with CGI.
Jurassic Park being one of them.
Jurassic Park came out 7 years before that. So why does it look like I'm trying to make the CGI? It just disrespects CGI as an art. Bruh, you can't make buildings, bruh. You can't make buildings. Buildings, dog, they don't move.
Is it correct for me to say that water is one of the most difficult things to animate?
Correct.
If they can't make water, how the hell do you think they're gonna make a dragon way?
If they can't make water, why do they think they could do a river of fire? What are you doing? Terrible.
The whole movie is littered with bullshit CGI. Now, the physical stuff I think is pretty dope. The sets, the costumes, this is very passable.
Yeah, it's passable. But if you didn't think you were able to make a dragon, which is basically a dinosaur with wings,
and is one of the namesakes of the movie,
then don't do the movie. The pacing between the characters is just so fast, and there's nothing really happening between. We would jump to the bad guy and then come back to the good guys, but we would jump to the good guys and they're not doing anything. So why did
they're just f***ing around? Why
did we come to the good guys? And then we go to the back to the like they needed something in between to take a break from something. The pacing in the beginning is horrendous.
It is horrendous to the point that I fell asleep watching the movie.
Oof. I think outside of Irons, it's unwatchable cheese.
Irons is the best part of the movie because he always gives like 110% with these stupid characterizations, but everything else is just unbearable. Marlon is just doing Marlon.
Oh, I had such a problem with Marlon.
Why?
He is such a presence from the beginning, but it's not like a great presence.
He's kind of annoying. He's
annoying. Plus, it's just like he doesn't fit in that world. Like he's a fish out of water because he's too cool.
Yeah, that is correct.
He's too cool for that world.
Which is why I liked it when he got killed. Spoilers.
Yeah,
I liked when he got killed. It added some weight.
I was happy because I wasn't going to hear him anymore. You know,
the man,
because he's too silly. Every word out of his mouth is meant for a laugh, and if he doesn't say anything, he's making a face. Or he's doing something else behind the character that is so extra. And he just looks so stupid with his hat. He looked like he had Yoda ears on.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's even his fault either because his friend is not memorable at all.
No, he's just... I think he's Mayo. I see.
He's there.
Bleh.
He's just there. Justin Whalen. He's just chilling.
Was he big in the 2000s? I can't remember him for the life of me.
Never seen him before that.
His performance was lacking.
Yeah, like MVP is by far Jeremy Irons, but I think it's almost by default because of his top villainy Scar voice, you know?
It's his performance is so over the top that it grips you from the get-go.
But if you just take it for what it is, he is like very over the top. It's almost like you either have to be a really, really, really big fan of D&D, Jeremy Irons, to be a part of this movie, because what are you doing here? But when he was asked why he did the film, Jeremy Irons replied, "Are you kidding? I had just bought a castle, so I had to pay for it somehow."
Holy shit.
You don't have no passion for the property. You don't really care. You're just showing up to do a job. But it can be fine if you're as good an actor as Jeremy Irons is, but like we've talked about the past or last week, sometimes it's not that great. Most of the performances are super, super extra.
I hated her.
Why they gave titties to the armor?
I mean, I don't mind boob armor, but like super defined titties, I'm like, ay, a la verga. It is understandable for there to be space for the boobies, but not like super defined boobage.
But also the elf lady didn't do anything.
She was so robotic. I just couldn't deal with her.
She's in one fight scene. You have a bow and arrow. Could you be cool? Be cool. Do something cool. No, she's just there. She probably shoots 4 arrows in the whole movie. What are you doing? Be cool. Can you be cool? This movie's shit. Can you be cool? Can someone be cool? Fuck. The prosthetics with the purple guy were decent, I guess, and with the whole third eye. But
Simon,
the CGI just takes me out. I think that the best part for the movie, if I were to have to pick, was the trial part, because no one was really talking. It's really, really okay. Also, Justin Whalen got his head split open in a fight scene with Snails and Damodar, because he got thrown up against a stone wall, so he split his head open.
Oh, where Marlon dies, that fight scene?
Yeah.
Do you think this was like the precursor of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's CGI cluster third act? Because the whole third act with the dragons, it's
really bad. But it's not only like the CGI; the movie as a whole is really, really bad. Like there's some weird ear sucker things. Those are foul.
They looked like, remember Men in Black 2?
Mm-hmm.
Like they ported those like plant snaky things from this movie.
Mm-hmm. But it's even simple things, like a movie trope, like a good guy crawling towards like an important thing, you know, and the bad guy steps on it. Uh-huh. They couldn't even do that properly. The guy didn't step on the thing.
Miss.
Normally when you step on the hand is like to stop her from grabbing the thing you're about to grab.
Yeah.
But they didn't even do that.
He didn't step on her. He didn't step on the thing. He didn't even step on her hand. It was just weird. Other like basic things. Remember the skull people that speak in a different language?
Uh-huh.
They put up a subtitle that I can't read. And they're speaking a different language. What's the purpose of that? I'm not that big of a nerd, man. I don't know what you're talking.
It would have been cool that they played it off like the person they were talking to understands it and he was translating.
Or just don't put the subtitles. It's the same thing, because you've seen in movies where they're like, and you like figure it out.
Uh-huh.
But they put a different language subtitle on the bottom. I can't read that either. So you're trying to tell me what the message is with the language that I don't understand. At the end, Jeremy Irons conveniently not using magic against the main good guy, but only against the other ones, was super, super like obvious what you're doing. Just if you're going to kill the guy, kill the guy. What are you doing?
Yeah, don't hold back.
They always did this back then. They hold it back just enough so the bad guy can have some like good licks in.
And then get killed.
Yeah, and then get killed. Oh my God. One more about CGI. There's a scene towards the end where there's a bunch of dragons flying, and then one gets shot with an arrow and falls on top of the building. Remember that? That scene looks like it's not done rendering way. You know, like in movies when they show you like how the CGI now gets like done, and it goes like it's the green lines, and then
the pre-visualizations.
Yeah, it looks like it's on step 2 of pre-visuals. It is so terrible. You out of both of us, you are the more D&D guy. Is there any sliver of like D&D lore? Is there anything that took advantage of the property at all?
The name?
Damn. Okay. Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of.
There was only one moment that gave me slight D&D vibes, is when the bald guy shoots at the dwarf and it hits his helmet because he missed. It made me think of D&D, like he didn't roll the right crit or whatever. And that's why he missed.
He rolled and missed.
Yeah, that's the only D&D thing that made me feel fuzzy about it. It almost feels like everybody in the cast said, "Oh, I'm being casted for that weird nerd."
Oh, it does feel like it.
And just took the role just to make money.
That's why Marlon Wayans was so over the top with his stupidness.
Like he's making fun of the property.
Yeah.
It's kind of disrespectful. Like, I'm not the huge of a D&D guy, but it's still a beloved property that deserves like history recognition. It's been around since the 70s, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. If you don't respect the property, then get out. So yeah, we watched Dungeons and Dragons 2000, so you don't have to. And I guess my final thought is to quote The Rock.
It's the biggest piece of dog
ever. But speaking of weird things that you could have done with prosthetics, I'm going to leave Troll. You don't even know what that movie is? Click here to watch a video of Troll. You're going to like it. Watch it.
It's a magical experience.
Thanks for watching, and remember to always and forever, you do you.
Bye-bye.
It's the biggest piece of dog of all time.